by the non-Muslims, and they say that Muslims, they are fundamentalist, they are extremist. What is the meaning of the word fundamentalist? Fundamentalist by definition means a person who follows the fundamentals of one particular subject. For example, if a person wants to be a good scientist, he should know, follow and practice the fundamentals of science. Unless he's a fundamentalist in the field of science, he cannot be a good scientist. For a person to be a good mathematician, he should know, follow and practice the fundamentals of maths. Unless he is a fundamentalist in the field of maths, he cannot be a good mathematician. You can't paint all fundamentalists with the same brush that all are. The fundamentalist, you have to label him accordingly. For example, if you have a fundamentalist robber, a thief, whose profession is to rob, he is not good for the society. On the other hand, if you have a fundamentalist doctor, whose fundamental is to save human life and who has saved thousands of lives, then that fundamentalist is a good fundamentalist. So you can't paint all fundamentals with the same brush, that all are good or all are bad. Depending in which field the person is a fundamentalist, you have to label him accordingly. As far as I am concerned, I am a fundamentalist Muslim. And I am proud to call myself a fundamentalist Muslim because I know, I follow and I strive to practice the fundamentals of Islam. And I know that there is not a single teaching in Islam which is against humanity as a whole. There may be certain queries in the mind of the non-Muslim because they may not be aware of the teachings of Islam. Or they may not know the reason and the logic why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has laid down that rule. So based on this misconception, they may think it is against humanity. But according to me, there is not a single teaching of Islam which is against humanity as a whole. When we read the Webster's dictionary, we come to know that the word fundamentalism was first used in the early part of the 20th century when the Protestant Christians, they protested against the church. The church believed that time that the message in the Bible was from the Word of God. These Protestant Christians, they protested and they said, not only is the message of the Bible from God, every word, every letter of the Bible is from God. If someone can prove that every word, every letter of the Bible is from God, then this movement is a good movement. But if someone can prove that every word is not the word from God, then this movement is a bad movement. So this word fundamentalism and the word fundamentalist was first used for the Protestant Christians. That's how it was coined. But when we read the Oxford Dictionary says that fundamentalist is a person who strictly adheres to the ancient scriptures of any religion. But when we read the revised edition of Oxford Dictionary, there's a change, slight addition. It says that fundamentalist is a person who strictly adheres to the ancient scriptures of a religion, especially Islam. So now the word Islam has been added to the revised definition in the Oxford Dictionary. Imagine this word fundamentalist was first used for the Christians. And today, it is used for the Muslims. And we Muslims, most of the time, we go in defense. No, I'm not a fundamentalist. And we go on the defense. I'm not a fundamentalist. I'm not an extremist. I say, I am an extremist. I'm extremely kind, I'm extremely loving, I'm extremely honest, I'm extremely just. What is wrong in being extremely kind, extremely merciful, extremely honest, extremely just? Quran says you should be extremely kind, extremely just, extremely honest. You can't be partly just. When it benefits you, you want to be just. When it doesn't benefit you, you don't want to be just. This is not correct. So Islam believes in being extremely kind, extremely just, extremely merciful, extremely loving, extremely honest. But be an extremist in the correct direction. Don't be an extremist in the wrong direction. If I have to be a good Muslim, I have to be a fundamentalist Muslim. I have to be an extremist Muslim. What the Quran says, La taghlu fi deenukum, do not commit excesses. Being excessive and being a fanatic is wrong. But being an extremist, if I have to be a good doctor, I have to be extremist in the field of medicine. I cannot say, I will follow medicine 50%, 70%, 80%. So if I have to be a good practicing Muslim, I have to be an extremist Muslim. So let us turn the tables over. You know, we Muslims are so defensive, apologetic. We are ashamed to call ourselves Muslims. Why? Turn the tables over.